Alright, part 3, final part. Let's do this. Allagast nerfs to Stormbox, but buffs to Trojan Sky Shard. Trojan Sky Shard, Shattered Star, so more cooldown reduction. Oh, plus 2, so basically plus 2 to Shattered Star. I'm gonna mumble a lot. Tired of talking. So yeah, just to make the Trojan Sky Shard side of the set better, and the Stormbox side a little worse. Fair enough. Blight Lord, Hood, and Mantle, they swapped each other's conversions. I recall the reason being that someone figured out that if they did this, it opens some things up for people that don't want to use the full set, but only want to use one of the items for the conversion. So it's just a healthy change for customizers who'd like to break full sets to make more creative builds. So really good change. Uh, Blood Rager's Frenzy stuff nerfed because it was OP as fuck. Well deserved. Bloodmonger set. This stuff's crazy to me. This set was so good. Whether or not it's good for its intended builds, I don't know, but my friend always makes these Aether builds that just use the set and break everything. So now the set's even better. I think Bonemonger is I don't know if Bonemonger. Let's look into it. I can tell you just based on how I use it. Siphon Souls, Inquisitor Seal, Smite. So I would say Bonemonger is not going to be superb for its intended concepts, but it's a very powerful set. Chill Whisper set, reduce cold damage to Blade Spirits to 155. I don't agree with this. I don't think it was OP. It was nice having Blade Spirits be really strong, and it didn't seem like a crazy unreasonable build to me. Dark One set added support for Shaman mastery skills throughout the sets and its pieces. Dark One's Hood increased vitality damage, modifiers for Bloody Pox to 66. I forget what they gave the Dark One set for the Shaman stuff. I forget. Death Guard set increased the crit damage to the Shadow Strike. That's fine. Deathmark Shadow reduced physical resist to 10%, so make Deathmark a little squishier again. That's fine. Yeah, Deathmark got nerfed, finally. People are really salty about the shit, but it was OP. Now it's less OP. It's good. Deception of Dreeg added another 6% Fizz resist, and Chaos Delta's Acid. I like this. I said before that I don't think it's enough even, but Occultist got buffs to okay, but I just want Deception of Dreeg to be one of the best offensive sets in the game because spamming Dreeg's Evil Eye is quite a squishy build usually. So if you could just make it like god tier damage, fine by me. More case to acid. Demon Slayer got nerfed and deserved it. Invoker set got nerfed. It deserved it. Yeah. Korba's Fury got buffed. Increased physical resist to 12%. Increased cold damage modifier to Savagery to 35. I like that. Go with the Trickster route. The added cold damage. Added health converted to proc. Woo! Korba buffs. Okay, Korba nerfs. Overall, it's a buff, and it makes it so that you don't want to break the weapons. That you want to keep the weapons more. I like that. Light Guardian set reduced lightning damage modifier to Stormbox. That's fine. Stormbox was kind of overperforming. Mythical Demon Slayer. Blah blah blah. Yeah, like I said, nerfed. Mythical Inferno Knight's face card added burn for Judgment. I don't know about this set. Infernal Knight. I haven't seen it in forever. I think it needs to be like reviewed. I think there's some sets that have like fallen behind the curve, or I don't know. Maybe they were like good in Crucible, but like garbage in Shattered Realm, and so that sometimes is a factor. Nature's Avengers set. Ooh, this shit's cool. Like the health regen on the Avengers set got increased. I didn't think the Avengers set was actually that bad. People are really salty about it, but now and look at the Avengers Crusher. Bonus to brute force now +4. Increased attack speed. Increased weapon damage modifier to upheaval. And now the proc properly pierces through enemies, and the pierce damage is gone for physical damage, and its cooldowns. This shit's crazy. The Avenger set is gonna be really fun. Like I could already do some like fun things in Shadow Realm with it, but like if you, especially if you go like a health regen route with this thing, definitely has potential. Pyran's Ruminations. Set increased all resist reduction modifier to devastation to 26. Increased health generation to 100. Okay. Reduced fire damage to summon guardians of Imperium to 100. And reduced its percent resist modifiers to 8. That's fine. Pyran's Effigy, increased burn, so devastation, blah blah blah. Reduced fire damage to mortar trap. So yeah, this is all good. Added health, fixed missing energy regen, added Aether resist, added Fizz resist. This is great. So the Arcanist side got better. That was the weak side. The mortar side got worse. That was the OP side. Fair. Here's a set I was worried about. So this set has been redesigned to be acid now. Acid Sigil of Consumption, which looks really cool, just by the way. But I'm worried that it's actually made the set weaker. So, I don't know. And it's going to break people's Radagon's characters. And, there's a skull, offhand skull of Golgo, go fuck yourself or something, that you would use with this set as one of his vitality. And now that skull has, like, no place in the game, I think. The skull needs to be redesigned. So it fell through the cracks. I don't know. Age of Agravix. Increase the fire resist reduction modifier for Siphon Souls to -20. Increase the Aether damage modifier for Vindictive Flame to 140. That's pretty cool. Mythical Codex of Agravix. Added 55 Aether damage modifier to Siphon Souls, really pushing that Siphon Souls route. I like it. I actually like it. I gotta give it a try. Rockgeist set. Increased percent weapon damage and so it's pushing that Drixie Valai more. Increased acid for Virus Might. So Rockgeist buffs. Needs to be retested. Rockgeist is a weird set. Runebinder. Oh, I requested this. Increased cold damage for Rune of Hagrid to 46. Increased fire damage for Rune of Kalstar to 60. Like I said before, Rune of Hagrid got nerfed. It was carrying the set. So I suggested increasing the set bonuses to those runes so that they can get some of their former glory back. So this is very positive. Very, very positive. I'm really happy with this. Sentinel of the 3 set. Increased percent retaliation added to attack modifiers to Counter Strike and Virus Might to 12% and 24% respectively. That's cool. I gotta try it out again. Targo's Craft set. This we tried. Increased trauma damage to ABB, reduced its duration to 2 seconds, added skill proc. Targo's Mallet, increased physical damage, internal trauma, modifiers to Blade Arc to 70, added 8 physical damage, modifier to ABB, elemental to physical. One-handed Blade Arc is just... it's really hard to make possible for some reason. Oh well. It needs more like fizz damage on it. Less weapon damage, I guess. I don't know. The Cyclone set, increased fire damage modifier for Thermite Mine. Really pushing the Thermite Mine side more to counteract the Eye of Reckoning nerfs. I like that a lot actually. But it reduced the lightning damage. Okay, whatever. Pushing the fire side. Corvin Doomfiend. This shit's crazy. Added 22 acid damage modifier for Blooded Shriek. Removed offensive ability modifier. Added 1.2 second cooldown and 75% damage modifier for Shadow Strike. What the fuck? Okay, so it's like nuclear Shadow Strike. And removed its energy cost reduction modifier. That's fine. Swap lightning to pierce conversion for lightning to acid conversion on the set and its pieces. That's neat. Doomfiend Mask added Health granted to passive skill, fit OA. Oh, so that's where the OA went. Doom feeds Blade. Uh, Increase the damage modified to Shadow Strike, and that's where it gets the energy cost reduced. Um, it's all crazy. I don't know. Less often using Shadow Strike's not as fun as more often using it, but the damage should be pretty nuts. 75% damage modified. I'm thinking about that. That's a lot of that's huge fucking hits. If you can get the skill points for it and something else, that might work. Mage Slayer. Increase the elemental dot modifiers Flames of Ignifar to 80. I mean, we'll take it. Mage Slayer Arm Guard. Increase the cast speed to 60%. That's very nice. Needed, especially if we want to use it with Pharros Cube. The Venom Blade Pack Set. Revised set to support 2 masteries. Edit Cultist. Alright. Vile Blade Pack. This is the one that matters. Edit, yeah. I think this supports. No, I fucking. Oh, I think they added like acid bloody pox to it. So we'll see. The Void Soul set. Added 200%, 200 chaos damage to Flames of Ignifar. Good, needed it. Void Soul, again, these newer sets just need a lot of testing. We don't know if they're going to be good enough. Trojan's Mantle. Look at this shit. Added 4% Fizz Resist, removed Cold Resist. I'm fine with that. You didn't need the extra Cold Resist. Trojan's Skybreach set added. Support for cold. Okay, so this is where now you have Lightning Sigil of Consumption, which is pretty neat. And when you think about it, you already have Curse of Frailty to reduce enemy resistances to lightning as well. Blooded Shriek, more Fizz Resist from that as well. As a support mastery, it's not bad. Could very well be very, very good. Who knows? I didn't even think about that. So one of the problems with Trojans is that you don't heal off it. It has no weapon damage. And another set solves that by giving it weapon damage. But this set is giving you Sigil of Consumption and Occultist. So if you go that route, you can heal through Sigil of Consumption. And with your resist reduction, it'll probably heal pretty significantly, while you kite with Trojan Sky Shard. That really opens up a strong possibility. Who knows? Maybe Shaman Occultist Conjures will be the best for Trojan Sky Shard. Alzuin's Avatar reduced the weapon damage to Canister Bomb nerfs, yada yada. It deserved it. That shit was OP. Valgyr's Hunger added 6% attack damage converted to health, 100% vitality damage, and 100% fire damage dealt as vitality damage sigil consumption. I'd love it if it turns it like a deeper shade of red. I think it doesn't. I think it just stays the same color, but I would love to see a graphics change there just to make it like deep red or like deeper vitality colored. Yeah. Increase the vitality damage on sigil consumption. That's fine. Visor of Octavius. Remove the physical resist. I think with this, I'm finally satisfied with the Octavius nerfs. People are gonna whine about this because it got nerfed and then it got nerfed and then it got nerfed. But again, it's still gonna be one of the safest sets to play because you have a shield, you have soldier, you have Oathkeeper, and you're kiting the whole time. So it's perfectly fair. It's totally fucking fine. And then with other items getting buffed, yeah, it's fine. Void Soul, like I said, needs to be tested. Don't even want to think about it. So here's the big thing. I'm gonna skim over all of this. I'm not into it. Here's what you need to know. A bunch of epics gave you like fire resist, or lightning resist, or cold resist. Now they're just gonna give you elemental resist, or a different resist, which is just basically an upgrade. It's really good because it means some of the lower level items that have this change are going to do a better job filling up gaps in your defenses. You should be more happy to wear epics defensively, leveling. What's really cool is that for the mythical epics, for the epics level like 84 plus, There's a chance that some of these are going to become actually wearable in endgame builds. Maybe. I don't know. It's like I have put zero thought into this. But when you fill defensive gaps, like a lot of the times you can't wear epics is because they just not only weaken your damage, but they really fuck your resists. If they're not fucking your resists, there's a chance that some of these will fit something better than the legendary does. Um, it's really interesting, and there's so much going on in this patch. People are really gonna have to play with it. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Living Shadow, the one devotion change, just to get devotion here. Living Shadow reduced bleed damage. Fine. Soldier, Blade Arc, normalized animation speeds across weapon groups. I fucking knew this, by the way. I knew it. I could feel it, and then I proved it. Previously, two-handed melee was up to 20% faster than dual-wield one-handed. There was a delay in the animation with one-handed Blade Arc versus two-handed Blade Arc. Two-handed Blade Arc was actually going off faster. So this is actually a speed buff. Like, your attack speed doesn't tell the full story. Animation times factor in Grim Dawn, and so now this actually helps Targo, and it just makes one-handed Blade Arc a little better. They're really trying to make one-handed Blade Arc, not a meme. I appreciate it. Demolitionist. Let's look at this. Canister Bomb. Nerfs are fair. Nerfs are fair. Flashbang. The base of Flashbang was buffed, so it confuses enemies more. That's nice. Uh, Mortar Trap nerf also fair. The big one increased damage with rank. The slow is like irrelevant to me, but this rather like the big one was always like the weakest part of Mortar Trap, and it's like one attack out of five. So it should do like a fuck ton of damage. I really like this. Um, Shattering Blast buff I really like. I think Granado needs the help. I don't know if base Granado needs the help. I think honestly, I think Granado has more of a itemization problem than anything else. And if it's not just a lack of itemization support, it's that the radius could be a little higher. But it does a fuck ton of damage, so I don't know. It seems like an itemization thing to me. Thermite mines, the buff everyone's really excited about, what everyone wanted always. You don't throw them anymore. Three of them just spawn. It's sort of game breaking in terms of like immersion because they're not a spell, they're a mechanical device. It's like, why do they just appear? But they're fucking convenient now, so that's nice. Vindictive Flame, increase the health regeneration scaling with rank even more. I really like this change. I keep pushing HP regen as being a meme, and everyone keeps proving me right, so I'm happy. And every time these HP regeneration things get buffed, there's a chance that these HP regen things are going to become more relevant. And I've already seen it. I already have some builds of my own where I can more reliably get HP regen above 1000, sometimes close to 2000, without losing much damage, and it makes kiting immensely more comfortable, and it even has some impact when you're taking damage face to face. Ilzuan's Wrath increased base damage. I think this was added in at the last second, but I like it too because no one maxes Ilzuan's Wrath, and it's a shame. It's such a cool looking skill. I really want to see like a Ilzuan's Wrath build. Um, Sigil of Consumption added Vitality Decay damage. I really like that. Sigil's just better now. And Destruction increased fire damage scaling with rank, especially at ultimate ranks. Added percent Vitality damage. I really like this. I felt Sigil has been underpowered for a while. And look, if the healing gets OP, just nerf the percent that it heals. Because who cares? Like, it only heals you once per tick. Cast speed doesn't help it, attack speed doesn't help it. So it's not like super reliable healing. If somehow the healing becomes too OP, it's like a very easy fix. It's just the damage was always so garbage. And now it's going to be way better. I'm a big fan. Amarost's Blade Burst. Increased Frostburn damage scaling with rank, particularly at ultimate ranks. That's cool. This I really like. This is what I really like. Amarost's Quick Cut. Increased base percent weapon damage to 70% and adjusted scaling such that it returns to its original values by rank 8. So this is really good. Amarost's Quick Cut has been a meme forever because if you put only like 1 to 4 points in it, I think it was, for most builds, a damage loss. Like, why is this weapon pool skill making me lose DPS? And now it's not the case. Now it's guaranteed to be like a damage gain from the beginning onwards. It means that it won't scale as fast. Um, but well, it's like definitely more usable with low investment now, and Deathmark still likes it, so it's fine. This is a healthy change. Uh, I still wonder if it's like ultimate ranks could be a little bit stronger, and if like it's all around scaling can be stronger, but at least this is better. Blade Spirit, reduce bleed damage scaling with rank, whatever. Phoenix Throw. Man, they're really nerfing Phantasmal Blade spam. It's fine. It's a small penalty increase. It's still gonna be good. You get so much healing, so much consistent shotgunning, so much quality of life playing Frenetic Throw, Phantasmal Blades. So I think it's fine. Even with the Demon Slayer nerfs, it's not as harsh as people might be afraid. It's still top tier, in my opinion. I don't know about top tier for Shattered Realm because Shattered Realm crushes most casters. But I've gone through Shattered Realm 75 with it before. I imagine with a little more difficulty, it can still do it. But for Crucible, it's still gonna be top tier, like face roll easy. Shadow Strike. This is fun. Reduce cooldown to 3.5 seconds. Energy cost reduced accordingly. Increased weapon damage scaling at ultimate to 385. I just want to be clear. Yeah, it's only a 0.3 second difference, but still, being able to spam it more is nice. More damage is nice. Uh, Energy costs reduced accordingly. Yeah, this is great. Nadala's justifiable ends. More cooldown reduction in the ultimate ranks as well. So 1.2. Let me just. So yeah, so you gain zero point 0.3 seconds off this here and another 0.3 off here. 0.6 seconds off total. It's pretty fucking good. You're gonna be able to really spam Shadow Strike. I'm immensely looking forward to it. Nightfall. Radius now scales with rank, so better AoE on Shadow Strike. Increase the base percent weapon damage by 10%, so it's just like a net 10% increase no matter what skill rank you're at. Increase Frostburn and Vitality Decay damage scaling with rank. That's really cool. It remains to see whether it's good enough. I don't want Shadow Strike to be such a great AoE skill anyway, so just this small bump is great. Primal Strike reduced base energy cost by 10. That's great. Thunder Strike reduced energy. I mean, energy is just not a fun mechanic. Like energy cost is just not fun. Maybe in like a different game if it was done somewhat differently. A slower pace game, I guess. Managing energy could be more fun, but in Grim Dawn, it just feels like a fun inhibitor. Like it doesn't feel like a trade-off because the power of like low energy cost skills is already so powerful that you don't feel like you're gaining power for all that energy cost. So I guess you'd have to weaken weapon damage stuff if you wanted energy cost to stay in the game and be fun. So yeah, it's positive. Thundering Strike, yeah. Torrent, increased minimum lightning damage by 20. Increased base weapon damage. That's really cool. Wendigo Totem. So here we go. Increased duration. That's really nice. Reduced base cost, whatever. Increased base heal. And adjust it. So, okay. So you don't need as much investment in it for it to be good at low investment. You'll feel it more. This is the part I like though. Increased vitality damage scaling with rank, especially at ultimate ranks, and added vitality decay damage. I just like that they're adding more vitality decay, and I like that Wendigo Totem has a little more offensive oomph now. Blood Packs. Increased chance of damage. Oh, that's the other part of it. To 100%, reduce its values accordingly. Wow. Increased vitality decay and bleed duration. Okay, so this Vitality Wendigo Totem gives you like mad sustain now. Here's some of the more fun stuff. Arcane Will. Increase the health threshold to 75%. I told him this typo already. It's threshold, not threshold. But now instead of 70%, it goes off at 75%. Basically, you should have like Arcane Will up all the time as an Arcanist. It's stupid because it doesn't match the skill description, But whatever. It's a good skill now. It's like underrated. It really easily fills the DA for Arcanists. Arcanists often aren't willing to sacrifice any offensive power, and it's stupid because getting higher DA is nice, and it gives you all damage. It's a solid skill. A Fabric of Reality added percent damage to Ethereals and Chthonics. Removed Energy Leech. This is irrelevant. This is great. This really makes Arcanists fuck up Chthonics and Ethereals a lot more. This really makes it a really powerful passive. Because a lot of the most threatening enemies in the game are Ethereals and Chthonics. Escondra's Elemental Exchange added, so it got the percent elemental damage of Overload. This is nice. So Escondra's Elemental Exchange in of itself is better. Overload lost the percent elemental damage, but it gained flat OA, which in my opinion, it's even better. It lets you really push some crit damage archetypes. Elemental Balance added elemental dot duration too, so this is all good. Maven Sphere of Protection. This is the best part. Remove damage penalty. So basically all Arcanist builds. Yeah, I can say that. Yep, literally all Arcanist builds have gained 5.56% damage. And I don't mean like additively. I mean like a multiplier, like times 1.0556. Because this used to have -5%, and so if you look at it as an increase, getting rid of it, yeah, that's really really powerful. And every Arcanist build uses it. If you have Arcanist, you use it. Conversion, the slow resist scales now as well. That's really powerful as well. Slow resist is great in Grim Dawn. Mental Alacrity, more energy, whatever. Increased cast speed, it's kind of nice. I still don't love this skill, believe it or not, but fine. Reckless Power, increased Aether damage scaling with rank, added chance of stun retaliation, removed burn duration. I mean, no one really cared about this on it anyway. The stun retaliation is a meme. Better Aether damage scaling, fine. This is like the real meat of the buff, is just this. We'll see. I mean, Arcanists are just squishy glass cannon archetypes, so like a lot of people are complaining about this in advance because we got previews of this because they're like, oh, Arcanist problems are like resist based and defensive and blah 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 blah, and it's like, and they need resist reduction. And it's like I know I like this approach better, trying to make it more of a glass cannon in a different way. I don't want Arcanist to get too much defensive stuff. Everyone wants like all classes, all builds, all item combinations to be like within the 7 to 8 minute range in Crucible or lower. And that's like a way to make the game boring. Like it's okay that not if everything ends up the same in the end game, then like the end game is just irrelevant. There's no actual challenge. There's no way to differentiate things from each other. It's good that classes appear in different tiers. Obviously, you don't want the range of performance to be too wide. But I'm happy with there being some disparities between classes. Oathkeeper was just a bit OP, and Inquisitor was OP, but got toned down pretty fairly. So makes people rejoice. Infernal Purge increased the crit damage scaling to 50% by rank 12, 70%. So Inquisitor really wants to like go hard on Deadly Aim with Flames of Ignifar now. And then we begged, we pleaded, I begged, I pleaded. Rune of Hagrid reduced point blank damage penalty from 30% to 25%. So Rune of Hagrid has gotten some of its former glory back. I've tested it out. It feels pretty decent. If it's still not good enough as a castery kind of skill, I would say reduce it to 20%, and it's definitely there. I don't think it needs to be reduced further than that. But already, it's like, this is a significant improvement. And like I said, some of the itemization for Rune of Hagrid got improved as well. So when you kind of add it all together, it's quite positive. And one has to realize, like, the atomization buffs for Rune of Hagrid aren't affected by this at long ranges. So when Rune of Hagrid spirals outwards, it's, like, really smacking hard now. It just doesn't, like, nuke people as much if you get all of them to hit at the same time. Rune of Hagrid added... Rune of Hagrid, what? Harbinger of Souls added vitality damage. That's really nice. Really nice. This really helps push melee ranged vitality damage builds. Because, like I said before in other places on the forum, maybe I said in other videos, I don't know, but it's common knowledge in Grim Dawn's community that vitality damage builds need to be castery because the weapon damage versions of them tend not to do enough. And this helps. There's vitality damage that's added in other places, and yeah, it's all great. Vitality decay is coming to the game, so vitality is coming to be a stronger damage type in the game. Now here's my favorite part. Favorite part of the patch: Oathkeeper nerfs. Oathkeeper is so OP. Reduce the all damage to match the retaliation damage. You know, like suck a dick. It's a great skill. Ascension is so powerful defensively. It doesn't need to be that powerful offensively. Celestial Presence. Basically, the radius was reduced, so it's not as easy to apply the resist reduction. And it got a 5% resist reduction nerf, which is good. It deserved it. Like, Oathkeeper is so tanky, it doesn't need to be that powerful offensively. I think you could take another 5% from it, but people will fucking riot. Uh, and you know, I'm probably overzealous. I stand by it because Oathkeepers are so tanky they don't need to be as fast as other classes. Eye of Reckoning reduced weapon damage and physical damage scaling at ultimate ranks. I actually kind of agree with the community that I don't know if this was necessary. I just felt like Cyclone's set was too powerful for it, and everything else was kind of fine. So, Warborn and I think nerfing Eye of Reckoning on Warborn and Cyclone would have been better than this, but whatever. The lifesteal on it was a little insane. Shattering Smash. It's basically a 5% uh, more weapon damage across the board, and increased physical damage scaling with rank. Big fan of the skill, so really happy about it. I don't think it has the itemization support to go like super heavy focus on it without it being a bit memey, but it won't be bad. You know, if you're gonna use a shield, it's gonna be fine. And Tectonic Shift increased fizz damage scaling with rank by 108. Increased bleed damage scaling with rank ultimate ranks. I guess this is pushing the oppressor archetype more for fizz, virus might, in weird ways. With Gavel of Ravenous Souls. Great. I mean, people are really happy about the patch. Santai got a puppy. It's so cute. Um, and if you don't like this patch, you're a piece of shit. You're human filth. You are subhuman trash. You might think that's extreme, Doom, because Grim Dawn is just a game. But no, 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 no. Grim Dawn is life. And this is a life improver. And if you don't like improving life, you worship the devil. I really like ending my videos with random rabble. I feel like some people are gonna be concerned about me when I say things like this. But I do this to amuse myself. So don't take anything seriously. That was my feedback. I have a lot of work to do on the forum now to update my threads and take some items off them. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.